Yeah, I mean, I'm 34 now, but I feel like I'm bowling as well as I ever have done. I've done some technical work and changed my run up in the last 18 months, and I think I'm feeling the benefits and getting the rewards for that. Really, I'm challenging the stumps. I mentally try and make the batsman play as much as possible and actually judge myself on that. So I think that's a tactical thing that's really taken me to a really exciting level that I feel I'm at the moment. So yeah, I'm not someone who sets targets. You know, I never said I really want to get 500 wickets or 600 wickets, anything like that. I'm someone who looks pretty short term, but at the moment I feel fresh, I feel fit. I'm bowling how I want to be bowling, bringing the outside edge of the batsman into play, bringing the slips into play, but also LBW and bold being a big dismissal of mine. So, you know, we bowl for one reason only, and that's to take wickets that can help secure Test match wins and Test series wins. And it's a great feeling sat here knowing that I've come into an attack that's had an influence on us winning this Test series, because we've bowled brilliantly as a unit. Everyone's played their part, and it's a very happy changing room right now. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy's my idol on that. You know, he turns 38 in this little break we've got now. So he's someone who I've watched very closely. You know, he's a great friend of mine for many years, but also over the last few years, how he's maintained himself and kept upskilling himself to be able to compete, and not just compete, but get better at this level. And I think you look at both of our records over the last few years, we're actually improving. Compare my last 18 months to my career record, and it's way better, which is always a great sign. Do you know, good question, I've never even thought about that. I'm not a particular goal setter, so it's not like I could sit and say I really want to take 600 wickets or anything like that. I'm someone who almost sets goals on series, so I want to make sure that I'm here and peaking at that time, and here and peaking at that time. So you know, the way Jimmy still runs in and bowls and has the skill at 30, coming up to 38, is incredible. And if you'd have asked me 4 years ago, if you'd have asked me that question 4 years ago, to say at 34, do you think you'd still play for another 3 or 4 years? I'd go, absolutely not. But now I am 34, I feel fit. My fitness testing post-lockdown was the best it's ever been. I feel excited. I'm really enjoying playing around this group. I've got a great relationship with Chris Silverwood, the head coach, who knows my bowling inside out, having worked with him as bowling coach. And you know, why not try and follow in Jimmy's footsteps? He's been wonderful to play with. He's still inspiring players in this group and below. And if the environment in the England change room stays as it is, and how enjoyable it is to be around these cricketers like Rooty and Stokes and Wokes, and then you add in your Popes and, you know, Sam Currans, who are just such young, exciting prospects. It's a great place to play. It's really enjoyable. I don't feel like I'm the older sort of outcast, and I feel like Jimmy feels exactly the same. I think there'd be a lot of 34-year-olds who have retired from the game would wish they'd be in an environment that we're in at the moment, because it gives you energy, it inspires you to keep improving, and with the amount of competition there is, you've got to perform as well. Let's be honest. You know, we've got so many fast bowlers here that if you're not taking wickets, you're probably not going to play, which keeps the standard high. So I feel very lucky that I'm in an environment I am, and if I keep bowling the way I am for the next few years, then I wouldn't rule anything out. No, not really. I didn't really need any more motivation. I knew I was bowling well. My sort of stats and numbers before going into this series were pretty strong over the last few months. So I knew that once I got that opportunity again, I'd be ready to strike. So yeah, I mean, delighted to have picked up the wickets that I've been able to do and influence the results, because tactically on these pitches, I think we've got it right as a bowling unit. We had to try and hit the stumps, try and nip it back onto off stump, because the slips, you know, there haven't been quick pitches, so the slips haven't been in the game as much as fast bowlers would like. So I think tactically we were really switched on, and that's helped us win this series. Great question. someone's going to have to play a lot of cricket, because, you know, there is a lot of competition out there for cricket with different T20 franchises, 100 ball. You know, I feel very lucky that we've played cricket for England for an era that we've played a lot of Test cricket in the summer and a lot of Test cricket in the winter. But I could even, you know, I think there's talk about that sort of thinning the amount of Test matches we've played in the summer down. So you need a lot of Test matches to go and get 500 wickets. So I think there'll be people with the talent who would be able to get there numbers-wise, but whether they'll be able to play the amount of Test matches that the seam bowlers have to get to that feat remains to be seen. Trent Bridge 2015 felt like that for an hour and a half, but yeah, to be honest, I felt like my alignment towards the stumps was really good in this game. I felt I had a bit of confidence in match practice from the second Test match, and the tempo of my run up and alignment just felt like every time I released the ball, I could bring in off stump into play, and that's always been my go-to. I want to make batsmen play. I'm not someone who likes to get left too often, so when you come on a pitch that's had a little bit of wear, and the ball's keeping a bit low and hitting the stumps, it's sort of my dream pitch. Most fast bowlers like ones that flying through and can catch the edge and go to slip at chest height, but if I can bring the stumps into play, it really suits my style of bowling, and I'd argue they're two really good tosses to have lost.